Friends and fans, hey, welcome back to my channel. Thought I'd do a quick video on the fuel economy on my 2018 Ford F150. You probably know it's a Super Crew four-wheel drive Lariat. I got the 2.7 liter twin turbo V6 mated to their 10-speed automatic transmission. The tires are stock. I think they're Michelin's. I keep them properly inflated because I got a little reminder on my dashboard if one of them needs inflation. Here's a view of my truck from the driver's seat. Over here in the stick shift lever, there's a drive mode with a button here. And as I push the button, it cycles through 5 modes: normal, towing, hauling, snow wet, economy, and sport. I leave it on normal all the time. I also have a four-wheel drive capability. It's always in two-wheel drive. And up here I have the automatic start-stop feature. In the truck I leave that running all the time, so when I come to a stop it's not unusual for the engine to shut off temporarily. These numbers come from March this year, September this year, 2019, spring to fall. Usually my experience, fuel economy is a little higher in the summer than in the winter, but I don't know if that's going to be true for this vehicle. I live in the Boston area, as you probably know. Means I spend a fair amount of time stuck in traffic. Local towns and on the highway, you're typically bumper to bumper. Occasionally, though, I do get to actually do highway driving at highway speeds, which is kind of a treat. And I've not taken an extended trip in the truck, so I don't really know what highway mileage I would get. Since I started driving back in the late 70s, I've always tracked my mileage, so I calculate my miles per gallon. The miles, of course, come from the odometer readings. Gallons come from what it says on the gas pump every time you fill the tank. And Ford also on their trip odometers reports miles per gallon, so now I have something to check it against. And here are the numbers. So here we're starting in March and we're tracking through September. And the blue line is what Ford reports on the dashboard through the trip odometer, tank by tank. And the orange line is what I calculate for each corresponding tank. A couple things to comment on. First of all, look at the number. It's 20 miles per gallon. So, you know, the EPA rating, as I recall, I think was 19 to 24. And in mixed driving, that's probably more slanted to city than highway. I'm getting, 19, maybe 20. Over here, it looks like I'm getting a little more than 20, maybe 21. Can't complain about that. The other thing that I think is curious is my orange line tracks the blue line, and it's always lower right across the board. And I've given that some thought, and I think I could do a whole video on why I think this orange line is always below the blue line. But I guess that's a topic for future discussion. The gasoline I get, I buy the generic low-cost local stuff. I don't buy name brand gasoline. I don't buy high test or anything. Everything I get is 87 octane regular. Around here, all the gasoline is 10% ethanol. And ethanol has less heat than a given amount of gasoline. So when you put ethanol in, you're actually, by definition, going to be getting poorer fuel economy because there's less energy in that particular gallon. And if you do the math, 10% ethanol results in about 4% less heat and hence less fuel economy. So what that means in round numbers, if you're expecting 20 miles per gallon, this 4% less is going to be almost a mile per gallon. In case you're wondering, to do a few calculations on what your savings might be, hypothetically, if you did 15,000 miles, you drive that in a year, and you were paying $2.50 a gallon, just to pick a number. If you were driving a vehicle that did 16 miles per gallon, which is represented by my 2003 Ford F150, you'd spend about a little over $2,300 on gasoline. However, if you're driving a vehicle that got 20 miles per gallon, like my 2018 F150 almost does, you'd be a little less than $1,900, and that results in maybe $470 in savings. Of course, I put it in question mark because I personally feel you pay for all this savings up front, so you're not really saving money. You're kind of just getting money back that you had to plunk down when you purchase the vehicle, but that's a topic for probably several videos on how much technology and money is built into a car in America, just to save half a mile per gallon there and a mile per gallon there. But anyway, that's what I got. I hope you appreciate it. Hey, any feedback, always welcome. If you've got anything to add or share your own experiences, I'd love to hear it. And thanks for stopping by, and we'll catch up with you on the next one.